Hey there, this is Greg, the Masked Gaymer, and I am back with some more Final Girl Friday. Today we will be doing Cassie versus the Tormentor in Marrek Warehouse using the lore book. For those of you who are new to my channel, this is a place for COVID cautious folks to talk about board games. You don't need to be COVID cautious in order to be here, provided there is no harassment, minimization, or denialism of any kind. With that said, today is a solo game, Final Girl, so I will not be wearing a mask today because I'm by myself. So you get to see my face while I do this video. Ba-da-bum-bum. All right, so this is going to be our first story time lore story for the Tormentor. This is also going to be our first time utilizing Cassie. So we're going to read Cassie's background before we dive in. So that is Cassie. Cassie Smith is an escape room enthusiast, woo-woo, with a penchant for role-playing and chaos. Gosh, I miss escape rooms. Sigh. She is well known by her friends for overdressing for the occasion and a love of axes. It was perhaps too easy to lure her to the Marrek warehouse with a mysterious flyer that appeared in her mailbox, promising a horror escape experience you won't soon forget. I mean, I would have logged in for that. I would have been there for that. I got stories from the before times of experiential horror shit. Oh my God. Anyway, what her captor didn't expect, however, was that under the fancy dress and quirky personality lay a survivor that was almost too willing to inject a horrific level of chaos into their plans. All Cassie needed to do was find the perfect weapon to defend herself, or chop them up into little pieces, depending on how you looked at it. Tips for playing with Cassie. You need to save a lot of victims to unlock Cassie's ultimate ability, but the save victim rewards are very useful to facilitate Cassie's movement and to keep horror low. If you have unlocked the ultimate and are equipped with a strong weapon, consider planning a couple of turns where you can spend the 6 time to double the damage of a critical blow plus the weapon modifier. And story time for this is as follows. The first with many. Months had passed since Kelsey survived the challenge from the Tormentor. Since then, a new challenge occurred every week or two, and no one loved it more than the media. The Tormentor and her death traps were becoming famous, especially since no one else had survived one. Ted Outry, Beth Simmons, Rebecca Tart, and Philip Landry all perished in horrible fashion. The Tormentor was as determined as ever. The weak don't deserve a life. But she needed to find more people who appreciated life and were willing to do what was necessary to survive. It was time to set in motion the most infamous event yet, and the one that would cement the Tormentor as one of the deadliest and most deranged serial killers of all time. The Marrek murders. Cassie woke up and rubbed her eyes. It was dark, and there were sounds of machinery. She almost fell before she realized she was on top of a pallet of boxes, high up on a rack. She was in some kind of a warehouse, and she had no idea how she got in there. Final Girl is Cassie's setup is unloading. The events are in a specific set order for this. Has specific tarot cards, which are randomized. The Dark Power is going to be a random one, but not the epic one. The finale is going to be No Escape, and every time a click tarot card is revealed, I may reduce horror by 1, but if I do, the bloodlust goes up by 1. Which, I mean, is it bad for bloodlust to go up in this? I don't know. I mean, the Tormentor's not on the board until the thingy reaches the thingy, and I have to do that to kill the thingy anyway. But what I forgot to do was pull out my gruesome deaths for the Marrek warehouse, which I now have. Okay, great, fantastic. So to start off with, we have someone in a drowning tank over here. Ooh, shoot. To start off with, we have someone in a drowning tank right over here. I did manage to zoom my camera a little bit more than the last time I did a video, but it's still janky. So that's what it is. All right, so I think I should try to save victims. The doors are locked. Am I actually going to be able to save this person? I mean, I've got a few rounds to do it, but I'm going to have to climb to do it. I'm going to have to do all of these wild things to do it. So I might be better off just trying to start get some items. One of those might be the Magnum 44 because this killer will be weak, or the first aid kit to help me heal, or I could start setting up some booby traps. No, I think the best thing to do based on how the board is set up is to try to save this person drowning in the tank. So, with that said, we're going to walk. All right, here we go. And we walked. So we got to climb down from here into the central area and spend a time. So now for us to get up onto that rack, we would need to climb. So I'm going to have to discard a walk card to take this climb card. And then I will try to climb. Well, that didn't go quite as well, did it? I'm going to discard short rest and weak attack to turn that into 1 success. So that's going to cost me 2 time to climb up on here. Now, I'm going to need 5 time in order to do the first step of this, which is going to be pretty tough. I'm at 3. You know, I'm going to have to move away from this, which means I'm going to need a movement. I'm going to sell one of these. I'm going to sell one of these focuses to raise my time to 4 and then buy 2 sprints. Because what I'm really going to need to do if I'm going to focus on saving these people is getting them the heck out of dodge. Oh, and I forgot I have this double up card, which I didn't take, but that's okay. All right. Focus, sprint, and sprint is what we've got for the next turn. All right. So, killer's turn. All traps advance, so I lose time by 1 while the drowning is happening. And then we're going to draw a tarot card and see what we got here. We've got some faulty construction. If no one is trapped, bottom this card and draw the next card. Otherwise, choose a death trap and play. Mark the next escape trap task as complete without fulfilling the requirements. I just randomly saved 5 time, just like that. That was pretty wild. Okay, and then but the one thing here is the bloodlust goes up. And that first time the bloodlust goes up, I have to discard a random action card. This is when it comes into play the fact that I have beat the heck out of these cards, saying to myself, hey, I don't ever have to discard, use, shuffle anything of these cards, but sometimes I do, and it's the focus I had to discard, which is actually the best of both worlds for me. So that goes into the discard pile. Panic only happens if somebody dies in a trap. Oh, I could have taken this up with me, and that'll give me an extra die roll when I'm trying to do trappy stuff, right? Gives me an extra die roll when trying. If a victim in space with you, you may add +1 to your horror rolls when you're resolving action towards escape task. Yeah. Except I don't think, so I get a +1 to my horror roll because I have a safe victim in my space. So that's pretty cool. I think I might have made a whoopsie here, which is... No, when you see this, advance the meeples on all active death traps to the next space. I actually have to reveal a death trap from a terror deck to make one happen. I still feel like the Tormentor is going to be too easy overall, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to have to wrench this victim free on my next turn. So we're going to use a sprint, and I just need 1 success to do this. I got 1 success, so I'm going to lose 1 time for that, 2 time for the action, 1 to move 1 space to pull the victim free, which we're going to drop ourselves into here, and this one's going to follow us. We have succeeded in rescuing the victim. So the drowning tank death trap was an utter and complete failure by our friend. And do I do anything when I successfully rescue the victim? No. I've escaped. I've got a sprint card. I'm just going to hold on to it for now. I'm going to spend my 2 to get a search so that I have these extra cards in my hand for when I'm running around during the next turn. And yeah, Tormentor, we're just gonna kick your tuchus. Traps advance, but there's no traps. Blah blah blah, no traps. Okay, tarot card. Let's play a game. If there are no victims on the board, discard this, but there is. A victim that matches the first applicable condition is now trapped in the item spaced furthest from me. So that's this one. So we're going to trap this victim in the receiving area, and they are going to be trapped with a fireworks target. You're surrounded by a massive amount of mortars and rockets. There is a slow fuse, but if you don't escape, they will go boom, boom, boom. I think I've had this one before too. Let's see if we can find. Here's the fireworks in the receiving area. And that's going to be like the place I was heading to anyway. And that's great. I'm going to have to find the fuses, cut the fuses, and untie the victim. Cutting the fuses is going to be a little tricky because that's going to take 2 damage to do, which means I'm going to have to take a damage card of some kind in order to make that happen. Okay. Fine. Upkeep phase. Nothing happens during that upkeep phase. And here we go. I have to go try to rescue that victim from there. So first things first, let's get ourselves over there. We're going to roll 2 dice and try to get to that receiving area. I got 1 success, so that's the 2 movement I need. You come with me and help to get people out of that trap. Great. We've done that. We are going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4 time to cut the fuses, to find the fuses, but we're going to have to cut them. We don't have enough attack power to cut them right now. That's for darn sure. So we're going to try to search in the receiving area. That was an utter and complete failure, but I've got all this extra stuff in my hand, so I'm going to go ahead and discard short rest and weak attack to turn that into 1 success, getting myself some odds and ends. This lets me place a booby trap on my space. If an enemy enters it, they would take 2 damage. I'm not going to put that in the receiving area, but we're going to set some of our own traps for the Tormentor for a little bit later, like we're Nancy in Nightmare on Elm Street. Next thing that I'm going to do, which might seem a little weird, but I am at 0, and I need... shoot. I don't have enough to buy anything I need to buy, really, is the problem here. I'm going to still discard all 3 of these cards. It's going to give me 3 time left to buy something. And I'm going to get... Pickles. Let's just take a search and a close call for now. So we're going to have to wait a bunch of turns before we are going to be able to rescue this person from the fireworks trap. So things might catch up with us a little as we go on, but we shall see. First thing that's going to happen here is the fireworks trap moves forward and I lose 1 time. Then we're going to draw a tarot card. Help! I'm trapped. Oh, that's going to suck for me. I am trapped. So in trying to rescue the fireworks target victim, I have fallen prey to my very own trap, which is a final girl trap. It's the Slicer. My favorite, reciprocating knives will dismember you piece by piece. Oh, that's going to take some damage and stuff to survive on. That's going to suck. Suffer and succotash for me. So let me put this here. We're going to put the Slicer in that space. And now that changes pretty much everything. So nothing like that happened the first time I played, which is, I guess, why things were so easy for me. But yeah. Okay. So the first thing I have to do is avoid the knives, which is going to, oh my gosh, I'm going to roll tracker tokens, which is going to do 1 damage to me. Knives. Now I have to dive to safety. And in order to do that, I would have to move 1 space and heal 1. Now when I am trapped as the final girl, I cannot move, search, or perform tasks on enemies. I can do other things, however, so I can focus. So at least try to get some horror down. Lame. I'm going to play this to re-roll a die. So let's re-roll this die. Give me a success. Nope, that's 2 failures. The good news is I got 2 tears from my utter incomplete failure, but I lost 2 times. So I only have 3 time left. Oh my goodness. Okay, 3 time. I've got nothing to heal with 3 time, which sucks. I still can't do Furious Strike with 3 time. I am going to need some extra movement to dive to safety. So I guess we'll take a sprint and a close call and the other things that come into my hand. Okay, so this is a little bit trickier than it was the first time I did this, because now I see what happens when I'm in a trap and someone else is in a trap, which is things go bad pretty quick. So the Tormentor takes their turn. We lose 1 time for that. I lose 1 health for that. Oh, shizzle pizzle. Okay, and then we draw a tarot card. Be a click. It's not a click. They were pushed. Okay, so when this happens, I ignore all killer actions. I ignore... Oh, shoot! Help on the racks. Place all victims adjacent... Panic all victims adjacent to climbing spaces, but only move them if they panic into a climb space. I totally forgot to do that before. So as is the way of things, I will do that now. I keep forgetting that an event happens at the beginning. This one runs to 6, so it's going to end up there. It only panics if they panic into that space. This one's going to panic not into that space. We've got 3 in the lower left-hand corner. 2 of them are going to panic up to there. This one over here, 5, does not panic up to there. Okay, so I took care of that now. Oops. All right, now we go to this, and this is where it gets wonky, because now all victims in those red spaces panic. If they panic off of the tile, they fall to their death and they're killed. So this one falls to its death and is killed. These 2 fall to their death and they're killed. These 2, oh my goodness, fall to their death and they're killed. And finally, this one up in the upper right falls to its death and is killed. So we just had 6. Okay, we just had 6 of them die immediately. So that's... Oh, okay, this is a little more interesting than it was before, that's for sure. Okay, so we are going to go to were they pushed. I haven't seen this happen before, but that was pretty terrible. Were they pushed? From his vantage point high on a rack, Trevor could see all throughout the small warehouse. He could see several individuals locked up in all manner of death traps. Trevor had been caught in one too, but he had managed to escape and was now content to wait here until some proper help arrived. Suddenly, he heard a loud blare somewhere to the left of him. Trevor screamed and in his panic lost his footing on the rack. With a loud crack, Trevor landed on the warehouse floor. His bones felt like glass shards inside of him, and Trevor lay still and just waited for the pain to stop. So we're going to raise this by 6. So that's 1, 2, revealing the dark power of unfair traps. For all death traps, escape task requirements are increased by 1. Oh, shit. Okay. That was 2, 3, 4. This card a random action card. Oh, wow. Goodbye, sprint. 5, 6. Advanced time. My time goes down by 1. I lose 2 health. And I have to discard another random action card. So, okay, yeah, shit goes down real fast in here. At least it was not my heal. At least it was not my heal. If that was my heal, that would have been pretty much the end of everything. Oh, boy. Okay, so I have to get out of this trap first and foremost, but it's going to cost me 2 health to get out of it. So I have to get 2 successes on this short rest. And if I don't, it's pretty much game over for me already. And I got so much garbage, that I'm going to spend 2 time and re-roll all of those dice. And now I got the 2 successes I needed. So I'm going to heal 2. Now I have to be able to move 1 space and move 2 spaces and take 2 damage. So first we're going to try to walk. Holy crap. Oh, good. I got 2 successes on that. So that is enough for me to move 2 spaces and take 2 damage and get the heck... I accidentally revealed my final token, so I'm going to get rid of that. And get the heck out of that slicer trap. Ooh, okay. So I'm out. I got 1 time left. I have absolutely no way to save this person who is in the fireworks trap. I just have to give up on them. The good news is I do have a search, so I can try to find something else in the receiving area, but I find garbage. I am going to discard both of the cards in my hand, spend that last time to take something and hope it's good. And it is a knife, which would have been helpful if I had the time to save this poor person that is in the fireworks trap. Of course, I do not have time to save this poor person in the fireworks trap. So that's that. Oh my gosh, okay. I also don't have anything at all. So everything's gonna go back into our piles here. And our victim is going to die. So, I've died. So we're gonna read a fireworks target death. Oh wow. Okay, this played out a lot differently than it did that first time. Fireworks target. Kian sleepily looked around. He was in some warehouse? How did he get here, he wondered. Suddenly he realized that he was chained to a chair along with a shit ton of massive-looking rockets. Kian quickly became aware of a small hissing sound. The fuse for the rockets was lit, and the small flame was slowly inching closer and closer towards the mortars that would spell his doom. He had to put it out somehow. If only he could somehow slip out of the chains. He strained as hard as he could, so hard that it felt like his arms were going to dislocate. He could see the flame inching ever closer and strained harder and harder. He could feel his shoulders starting to separate and relaxed. The pain was too much. He just gasped in horror as he saw how close the flame was to the rockets, but it was far too late now. Kian closed his eyes and waited for the end to come. All right, that advances traps again, but there's no traps, and I discard the 1 action card from my hand. Well, the trap's done. We reveal a tarot card. Tick tock, speed up the clock. If no cards are trapped, bottom this and draw the next tarot card. Let's play a game. Okay, the victim that matches the first applicable condition below is now trapped. The item space furthest from me, which happens to be my space. Okay, so you were trying to help me get out of these traps, and instead you found yourself in an infestation box. You're in a box filled with venomous spiders, snakes, and other deadly creatures. It's just a matter of time before one bites. You're going to have to stay very still, very, very quiet, and very, very still. Okay, so that is the infestation box. Great. I have nothing in my hand, so I cannot do shit sauce to break that lock. So I'm just gonna. I have got six stuff to spend. Okay, so things I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to break the lock, which is gonna take 2 damage. So I have to spend 4 on a furious duker to try to get rid of that. I'm gonna spend 2 more on a sprint because I'm gonna have to pull that victim free. And that's all the time I had in the world. And that is the end of my turn. Okay. So time progresses forward. We get a horror. Still haven't drawn a click, track, which sucks. Click! Finally, click. Click. Loading dock B is unlocked. Okay, so I can rescue somebody now. at last. And we're going to reveal an event, which is tumbling boxes. That's going to kill some more people. We're going to place the 4 severed head tokens, right, in 4 different non-adjacent spaces. Whenever you move into a space with a token, we will take a thing and then take a thing. So we're going to put one up here, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, those are our severed heads. Fantastic. All right. Oh no, it says draw the next terror card. Oh, look, another click. The main entrance is now unlocked. Okay, I did a really great job shuffling, apparently. Now I have to draw the next terror card. Live or die. Oh, fudge pickles. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next terror card. Otherwise, a victim in the space with the most victims, if tied furthest from you, is now trapped. So furthest from me would be one of these. Nope, everything is 3 spaces away from me. So I can choose. So I'm going to say that this lock unlocking was a trick, and that is where the next victim trap appeared, which is swinging blades blocking the exit. So that all makes pretty much good sense. The swinging blades will slowly lower. You'll have to hope someone saves you in time. Okay. Got a lot of stuff I'm going to have to do to deal with those blades. Blades. Everybody's gonna die. Everybody's gonna die. Okay, that's that. Okay, let's try to save this person from the infestation box. So first I have to do... Oh, this should have gone up, not down. Okay, first I have to do 3 damage because of unfair traps. So we're going to try to do a Furious Strike in here, and we're going to roll 3 dice to do it because I only have 1 health left. And absolute botch. I have absolutely botched everything. So if I fail, I lose a health. So I can't allow myself to fail. So I'm going to discard a weak attack and a focus to have done 1 damage, which is 2 because of the knife, but that is not enough to break the lock. I reduce 1 horror, which is good, but my turn immediately ends, which is bad. Fantastic. Okay, so I've got 6 stuff. I'm going to take that critical blow and just really try to save you. I'm really going to try. I don't think things are going to go very well here, but yeah. All right, tick-tock goes the clock. Horror goes up by 1. Horror goes up by 1. Oh, wow. Okay. Terror card. Let's open some of these boxes. You may roll a die for each unused item card that was set aside during setup. Lose 1 time for each card you choose to roll for. Yeah, I'll roll 3. Sure. Okay. I'm rolling 3 because I don't want to lose. I want to be able to try to still get this person out of this trap. Oh no, I need to do that. I'm going to only roll for 2 of these. Okay. I got 1 success. So I get to reveal one of the items and take it. It's a whip. Okay, well, at least it has range on it, I suppose. Not exactly life-changing, but sure. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to panic this person. They should have been panicked. It's okay. We're just going to keep going. All right. Let's try to do this critical blow. Again, I need 2 successes. I got 1... kind of success. I'm going to go ahead and discard a focus and a walk to keep doing my turn. This goes down by 1. We have broken the lock. Now I have to spend 3 time to open the box, leaving myself with 1. Now I have to move 2 spaces, so I'm going to try to sprint to get this victim out of here. Whew, that was an excellent success with that. I lose 1 time. I don't get to actually move because of things, but I did save this person from the infestation box. So that's one less death on my conscience. I don't have any time left. I'm at 0, so that's it for me there. So that's my turn. And we shall see how things progress from there. First, tick-tock goes the clock. I lose 1 time, bringing me to 5. And a tarot card. Tick-tock, speed up the clock. Great. Move that forward. Take a horror. All right, well, the Tormentor is going to come out soon, that's for sure. Okay. So in order to save this person, I have to spend 5 time, then cut the ropes, then move 3 spaces. There's no world in which I manage to save that person. There just isn't. I think I'm going to actually use this time to try to focus before the killer comes up. I'm also going to go ahead and put this booby trap in my space since things have not gone very well for me. I did get 1 success on the focus, so this goes down 1, leaving me with 4 time. Just in case things go wrong, I'm going to try to short rest now. Oh, that was good. I got 2 successes, so I heal 2. I'm going to hold on to these other 2 cards I have. I get to spend 4. We know we are not going to be able to rescue that person over there. I still want a better weapon. So, is she going to come out soon-ish, but not too soon? I'm going to take a search and a sprint and see where that lands me, I suppose. Yeah, sure, why not? Bringing us up to 6. Okay. Time passes. You are deader than a doornail in the corner over there, and you don't deserve to live. Oh, good, another victim. A victim matches the first available description is trapped. So this is in the escape space furthest from me. So they are going to find themselves in the classic reverse bear trap. That takes a lot of time to unlock, but is more likely to be successful than the other direction. Oh, it's going to take 5 time for each because these unfair traps. Unfair. Let's still start with searching. Try to get some more items to help us. Utter failure. Cool. I'm going to take 2 horror, lower time by 2, and take the top item in my space, bolt cutters. Oh, I can use that to unlock a lock. So I'm going to take that with me to that other space for now, and hopefully help get out faster. So that's useful. Turned out to be useful. We have got to get our horror level down, so we're going to roll some focus. Jeez. We're going to discard a walk and a weak attack to lower horror by 1. I've got 2 things left, and we're going to use our sprint to try to run over to that other exit. We've got 1 success. Not what we needed, but enough to get us over to here. And I've got 1 point left, which I'm going to use to give myself a close call for the next turn. Sprint, walk, focus, search. We are going to drop one of these in this space. Oh, that's what this was. That was a odds and ends. Oh, I had actual tokens for that. So we have 1 here and 1 here. Okay. All right. Tick-tock goes the clock. Lose a horror. Get a horror. Tick-tock goes the clock. You die. We get a horror. Oh, we get to also read all about the swinging blades death. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Swinging blades. Jeremy let out another scream of fear as the swinging blade slowly dropped towards his prone body. Why was this happening to him? What had he done wrong? His mind spun rapidly, trying desperately to think of a way to escape, but nothing came up. Back and forth the blade swung, blowing a gust of air onto his helpless face with each loop. He screamed as the blade sliced off the top of his nose, and then swung back to chop it off at the base. Oh, ow! He finally went silent as the blade smashed into the side of his head. Cool. Oh, you're dead. And that's gonna tick-tock goes the clock again. All right, that tick-tock goes the clock. Raises horror by 2, which raises bloodlust by 2. Oh my goodness. So we have to discard a total of 3 random cards from our hand. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3. That's going to advance this to death, which advances horror again, which advances bloodlust again, which discards the final card from my hand. Holy crapola. All right, reverse bear trap. Rain felt like he was chewing on nails. His head was heavy. He could barely hold it up thanks to the large metal death trap attached to his mouth. Feeling around the front of it, he could feel a series of levers, presumably one of which would allow the trap to be detached safely. But which one? He also could feel a clock face, meaning the trap was sure to trigger should he take too long deciding. He once again ran his fingers over each of the 4 levers, trying to find something, anything that would set them apart from each other, but he found nothing. He'd have to go with his gut. Aware of the consequences a wrong choice would give him, Rain stretched out his fingers and flipped one. He winced in anticipation, but nothing happened. Did he do it, he wondered? Then the trap activated, ripping through his face and ripping his skull in half. No, he didn't do it. Well, that's gone. I've discarded everything I own. Everything is awful. And, oh, at least that was a click. So we're not going to need to keep this anymore. Loading dock A is now unlocked. And we're going to reveal the final event, which is good old Zip. Hello, Zip. Replace the victim that is furthest from the killer, which would be the killer's in this right space location. So that's actually close to me, which is good, with Zip. Hello, Zip. While Zip is with you, you may treat exit spaces as unlocked. If Zip is killed, it's going to be a whole extra bloodlust. All right, good old Zip. And then I have to draw the next terror card. So everything is about to go boom, boom-a-dee, boom, boom, boom. Next terror card is tick-tock, speed up the clock. This would keep getting ultimately discarded because there's no traps in play right now. So it just leaves the game. We are going to, we're definitely going to give ourselves our knife and our whip back to be able to do some damage here. We're going to reveal the finale, which is no escape. It's going to do a trap, run towards the closest unlocked exit. It's going to, she's going to just move towards the closest unlocked exit. If all of the spaces are locked, we lose the game. I see. Okay. And she gets revealed. She's going to show up where? She's going to show up here. Okay. And then she's going to try to close exits. It's going to be terrible. We're going to have to just try to chase her down. We have the bolt cutters. That might be useful. Okay, so she's going to move. Oh, can the killer move onto those things? Yeah, she just moves to it normally. Okay, so she's going to be running here first. So this loading dock. Okay. Oh, I don't have any cards. So I don't know why I'm even thinking, because I don't have any cards. Let's take a sprint and a furious strike, hoping that it helps us do some killing, if I even have time to. Okay, great. Her turn. She is going to run towards this exit. And she is going to lock it. It's getting locked. Okay. There we go. At least she doesn't attack me, so I've got a pretty decent shot at like getting something done here, I guess. Let's sprint and see if we can get into a position to do some damage to her. Oh shoot, I only have one thing because I was on that last horror space. So we're gonna roll one die and try to. We're going to get a tier. The good news is I can use... Oh, I lose 2 times with that. The good news is I can use 3 tiers to lower the horror by 1. Now I can try to sprint towards her. I can't believe I didn't rescue a single person. I got one success, which is really all I needed to do what I wanted to do here. We're going to go ahead and move 2 spaces over here, taking everybody with us, spending 1 time. We're going to drop a booby trap in this last space. What is this last booby trap? Here. And the good news is I have a whip. And because I have a whip, I can attack from where I am. So I can use this and roll 2 dice for a Furious Strike. I got 1 hit. I'm going to go ahead and discard both of these to make it... No, I'm not. I got 1 hit. Okay. So that's going to give me 1 damage. Reduce horror by 1 plus 1 for the whip is 2 damage. I'll take that. That's fine. Then I can try again with weak attack. 1 hit. I'm going to lose 1 damage and do 2 more damage because I have the whip. And yeah, cool. So I know that she's going to head towards this main entrance next. And she is going to move 6 spaces. So she's going to get all the way over there. I know she's going to come here last. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to get to it. So I'm going to need to walk into her space and clip those bolt cutters. And I got 1 success. I walk into this space. So on the next turn, I'll be able to clip these bolt cutters, rescue these 2 victims, and get some traction going on. So that's pretty cool. Okay, her turn. She's going to head towards the closest unlocked thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. So she's going to head towards this one. This does 2 damage to her. This does 2 damage to her. But oh no, she's going to heal. She heals 3, back up to 3. Oh no. Bad luck for me. And she gets to this final space, and she locks that door. All right. That's okay, though. That's okay. I'm going to equip the bolt cutters. I'm going to use one of these to unlock the door space that I'm on. That lets me rescue both of these people. Oh, I didn't even need to do that. Oh, but I needed to do that because of her thing there. This is fun. I'm going to use them both to move once. Wait, why don't I have cards in my hand? I did these attacks on the previous turn. I should have had this. I should have had 2 more to draw. So I would have taken this. No, I should have had 2 more to draw. I think I would have taken sprint. So these would be in my discard pile. Okay. I got a little overexcited and messed some stuff up. All right. I can use those to move 2 spaces. Do I want to do that? No, because she's going to run back to my space right now. The horror by 1 and take a distraction card. Sure. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right. Now it's her turn. So she runs back to here and then locks this one. So now I have a turn, but I don't have any way to attack. The good news is I kept these bolt cutters equipped, so I can use the bolt cutters again and just open that right back up. I can toss a distraction down. That's going to let me remove one of this and get a time back. I can toss a focus down. I shouldn't toss a focus down. I should just keep this 7 that I've got here. I'm going to then get rid of... Yeah, I'm going to get rid of everything except for this focus to get myself up to 10. End my turn by a Furious Strike and a critical blow. Oh my god, I'm going to win. I'm going to totally win. It's going to be amazing. Okay. On her turn, she moves to the closest thing, which is here, and locks it. I switch back to my weapons. Cool. Now it's my turn. I'm going to whip out a critical blow at her with my 2 dice, whip out a critical blow at her. I got 2 successes, so that is lowers horror by 1, does 3 damage, plus 1 from my knife, that's enough. It was a white token. I have killed the Tormentor, but whoa, that was so much closer and so much more fun than the first time, because I really thought I was going to die there. But things really worked out with the running around and the odds and ends and the yada yada yada. So that actually worked out pretty well. I know I cheated a few times. I know I did. But whatever. Let's see what Cassie's special item is. Again, if you do not want a spoiler, now is the time for you to turn this off. 3, 2, 1. That was your chance. All right, let's see what Christy's special item is. I bet it's an axe. Cassie's axe. Cassie's axe. Run, all of you. It does 2 extra damage, takes 2 hands. When you get this axe, you immediately reveal Cassie's ultimate ability, but when you run into a space with a victim, they panic. I mean, I think it's fun. I love it. All right, that was it for that. Next time we will start our story time of, what is it called? The Eyeless, the Eyeless one. And until then, yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and do not forget, whatever you do, keep those health bars full. Thank you and have a great day.